Hello, fellow scholars and purveyors of morbid curiosities alike. I'm Dr. Caleb, joined by the inventor of the sweet foot meat fajitas himself, Dr. Zach. And this is SCPod. Zach, how are you today?
I fear the game might be afoot.
That's maybe the funniest thing you've ever said.
I was thinking about. I came up with it as you were struggling through the intro.
Oh man. Yeah. Zach, I have good news. I've been doing a little bit of research on Warhammer lore.
Oh no, Caleb, no.
Because it's always been a universe that has fascinated me.
God damn it.
And the more I learn about it, I am in crippling debt, and I have bought a lot of figurines.
That's what you sold your Yu-Gi-Oh cards for, damn it. It makes so much sense now.
Yep. I also sold the cat and my clearance level.
For what? One Titan? One Dreadnought?
I don't know what those are. Like I said, I just started learning what about Warhammer lore. I know what a Necron is, and those things are fucking cool.
Those are pretty cool, and I'm not surprised that you would be interested in them.
Right?
that tracks.
Yeah. It's about the small things in life, you know.
The small things like Dead Worlds.
Dead Worlds, and what was the battle called? The War of Heaven or something like that?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh well. Thanks for being the Warhammer aficionado on the podcast, Zach.
Never claimed to be.
Replaced.
Never claimed to be. Would not want to be.
So Zach, we have been doing this show for a long time. Longer than either of us thought we would be doing this show.
Pretty much,
and,
yeah.
We've covered a lot of unique things on this show.
Is that what we're calling them?
Including an O1 proposal. Yeah. Including an O1 proposal. The Spiral Path was a really cool episode.
Yeah.
And I propose that we never do an O1 proposal ever again.
Yeah, we
until the next one.
Yeah, and we would certainly never make a season about it.
Yep.
Because that'd be stupid.
I think you said those exact words verbatim in the Spiral Path episode. So you're nothing if not consistent.
I'll fucking do it again.
So, dear readers, listeners,
countrymen,
video enjoyers, even though there's no video aspect, lend me your ears.
Lend me your feet.
We, being Zach and I, want to take you guys through a journey of just some fucked up little dudes that we've discovered within the archives. So, yeah. For show and tell this week, we're talking about SCP-2166. Object class, Euclid. Special containment procedures are as follows. Foundation agents are to regularly monitor outdoor activity in elementary schools within a 20-kilometer radius of the location of SCP-2166's initial appearance. Should any children be observed engaging in SCP-2166 activity, field agents are to be dispatched to the corresponding schools to administer amnestics to all students involved once the current round of SCP-2166 has concluded. We are drugging the children. Should any children engaging in SCP-2166 be joined by an unfamiliar young child who is not present on any available class listings, The agent is to follow said individual to determine their place of residence for further Foundation observation.
Description: SCP-2166 is an anomalous children's playground game colloquially called Foot Pope. Several slightly different iterations of the game are known to exist, but the following instructions are consistent across all versions. The game requires 3 or more players and a space that has at least 3 types of ground terrain. One player is selected to be the Foot Pope. At the start of the first round, all players assemble in a circle around the current Foot Pope, who will chant a rhyme. Foot Pope, blessing feet, showing where all steps should meet, and will pat the right foot of each player assembled. When the Foot Pope has finished the rhyme and the feet blessing, the players disperse and at a run and chant reply, Foot Pope, stand ahead. What land must devout feet tread? The Foot Pope will then call out a type of terrain, and all players must place both feet of the terrain as quickly as possible. The player who fulfills the task the slowest is out for the remaining duration of the round. The Foot Pope states the chant again, with the players chanting the response again, and the round continues until all but one player is out. The remaining player becomes the new Foot Pope to start the next round. SCP-2166's anomalous effects are believed to manifest upon completion of the first Foot Pope chant call in response. When the chant has been said, all players who are designated out during the round find their feet permanently affixed to the ground they are standing on until the end of the round. Attempts to circumvent this situation by removing articles of clothing worn on feet are unsuccessful. Said clothing will also remain permanently affixed to the individual. Those affected by SCP-2166's primary effect report feeling only mild discomfort. It has been determined that should an individual affected by 2166 sit down while affixed to the ground, they will find that they are able to adjust their position freely so long as they retain some contact with the ground that they were previously standing on. Investigation into further nuances of 2166's gameplay and modification potential is ongoing. See Addendum-2. Addendum 2166-1. Based on partial interview data collected by Foundation field agents, it is believed that knowledge of 2166 originated at Geyser View Elementary School of Portland, Oregon, where a primary grade student introduced the game instructions to other children during recess. School documents show no record of such a student in the district system, and no guardian figure was ever seen accompanying the child. Rather, the child simply stated that they were to wait with their friends at the library after the class was dismissed. Staff of libraries within walking distance of Geyser View Elementary School report that they have never seen the child before.
Addendum 2166-2. As of a redacted time, experimental staff-monitored trial playthroughs of SCP-2166 have uncovered the following information. Based on empirical observation, there are only 2 ways to end SCP-2166's anomalous effects. The first is for a round of 2166 to end naturally, with a new Foot Pope either starting another round or declining to say its starting chant. The second, discovered in an experimental Foundation facility, is for a current Foot Pope to declare no land in response to the player's chant, at which point the game has ended and any immobilized players are freed. It is believed that a game of SCP-2166 can continue indefinitely, with the accompanying anomalous effects enduring until a game is properly ended. Currently, the longest Foundation-held game of 2166 was recorded at approximately 133 minutes. Attempting to cheat during 2166, including deviating from the rules, arguing with a Foot Pope, and leaving the game early, has resulted in participants experiencing an unpleasant burning sensation in their feet until the conclusion of the current round of SCP-2166. In one extreme case, the involved individual's shoes disappeared and reappeared permanently affixed to the ears until the conclusion of the game. Sorry, is something funny, Zach?
Shoe ears.
Misspeaking the Foot Pope chant, whether by accident or intention, results in all players, including the active foot pope, having their feet affixed to the ground until the chant is said properly.
And then there are a couple of quick footnotes here I want to run down. The first one says, different iterations involving greater numbers of players take into account more complex terrains, such as climbable play structure equipment, the introduction of a foot devil that can freeze players, and other such modifications. The second footnote, acceptable terrain includes asphalt, concrete, wood chips, sand, grass, dirt, running back, and so on. 3. All Foundation run trials attempting to replicate the manifestation of 2166's anomaly failed when the preliminary chant was not completed at least once. And lastly, the effect persists even with the removal of the section of ground the player stood on for the rest of the terrain space. The player simply moves with the section of ground removed.
This is not what I was expecting when you brought me Foot Pope. I was not expecting a playground game.
You know, I thought we were going somewhere else, but I'm still kind of happy where we ended up with it. I know we have a whole article to get into, but Caleb, are you fascinated with what a foot devil could be? I really want to know what.
No, because I've seen them in multiple e-girls comment sections.
Or that one unfortunate stream of Super Eye Patch Wolf where he had to play Steel Battalion. It was a whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Those were foot devils.
Oh my god, Zach, you just reminded me that you and I need to have a very long conversation about versus wolves after this.
Oh, yeah. We'll get there. We'll get there. Also, like,
but
there are applications for just straight up imprisoning someone by doing this.
Yeah. This is a... We could get the lizard to play this, right? And then he's contained.
Foot Pope.
Like, imagine the Shy Guy. We just, like, do that and then look at a picture of him. Who wins, the Foot Pope or the Shy Guy's incessant need to kill anybody that sees him?
The Shy Guy might be the Foot Devil.
Fair.
Or a Foot Devil.
Do you think the Foot Devil is just the guy who had his fucking boots permanently affixed to his ears?
I think the greatest trick
I think that's what they look like in real life.
I think the greatest trick the Foot Devil ever pulled was convincing you he didn't exist.
Zach, are you familiar with the elevator game?
You might need to be a bit more specific.
So this is where I immediately thought. The elevator game is like this supernatural thing that like cringy true crime podcasters, not the based ones that you're listening to right now, but they kind of tout about where you basically get into an elevator and you press a series of buttons, and it's supposed to teleport you to a different dimension. Is this ringing a bell at all to you?
It sounds like an experience one of our government officials had where he got teleported to a Waffle House.
Harold Holt?
No, a guy who is actually in our government right now.
Oh. That's... The fact that did not come across my desk should just scream, like, where everything in politics is right now. The fact that didn't make a bigger headline.
It's just where we're at. But no, I'm not familiar with the elevator game.
Oh, okay. It's pretty dumb. It's supposed to be like you take the elevator to certain floors and then like randomly a guy with no face gets on and you're not supposed to talk to him and I am absolutely fascinated by the idea of these games. Mm-hmm. There's a creepypasta called the Left Right game as well that's very similar to this, where you have to leave your house and while driving, and you anytime that you can take a left or a right, you have to alternate. You go left and then right and left and right, and it takes you into a different world. and then there's a bunch of like rules that you have to follow and stuff like that. Anyway, those are always like really interesting topics for kind of horror things to me.
Mm-hmm. I think they're kind of interesting, but like I don't take them seriously for obvious reasons. This I don't know if this is surprising to you or not, Caleb, but like I've always been super fascinated by like urban legends and stuff like that. I have actually owned like several books on them, and that I love reading and perusing through. But when I go camping, I'm actively looking for shit.
That terrifying. Why couldn't you have said that before I bought the reservation to our campground?
Because of the content, Caleb.
I'm suddenly 94% more terrified of you, and I was already pretty terrified of you.
Hey, Caleb, I'm looking forward to spending a lot of time in the woods by ourselves.
Dear listener, if you have Cross or Holy Water and can mail that to me, I will leave my address down in the description below. And I'm not afraid of Zach seeing that because he doesn't go and listen to the episodes. So
I listened to one once.
You listened to the only one that I thought you would 100% never listen to, which is the best of 2025 one.
Just to state to anyone who's either familiar with the article or in general like has read this before, there is a mentioning of a group found a group of interest called the Wanderers Library. I'm noting it here, but we're not going to get into it just because we're still having flashbacks from the fucking Sarkic season. And Tyler. And Sarkic Tyler's.
Oh. You know, Tyler is kind of Sarkic in and of himself.
The real Sarkic Tyler's with a friend we made along the way.
Fair enough.
I like this. I'm pretty sure we've definitely...
Zach, would you play this?
Oh... I am 32 and I don't need to do that.
Would you at least try it just to see if it would happen?
Oh, maybe.
I think it would be at least a interesting experience to experience like I cannot move my feet.
That's a good point. That would be like a novelty experience to do once. I'm sure.
Yeah, it's like skydiving.
it's fun once. I'm kind of unnerved because it's the SCP Foundation. We've definitely used it to do at least one fucked up thing.
Okay. What's the fucked up thing that we've done here?
I don't know. That's what worries me.
Because I'm not seeing anything in the article that we're using kids to test this out or anything like that. Like, I'm just seeing a bunch of like grown ass men or women or they thems that are doing the hokey pokey and turning themselves around.
As long as they're staying in the one spot.
And yeah, like, now, the real hard mode would be to do this and then also play Simon Says.
Oh, that would be rough. Do you think this...
Because you could really fuck somebody up.
Yeah, do you think it works in other languages? As long as you keep the order?
You know, that is interesting, because there are some, like, childhood games and nursery rhymes that only work, like, in certain languages, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I wonder if that is like if this is like a strictly English thing, or if whatever foot devil is out there can like hear this in like Swahili.
Right.
But my gut reaction is that anybody that is like calling themselves the foot devil is also not self-respecting enough to go learn another language. And so is like just like let's be honest. On the spectrum, Foot Devil is definitely more MAGA than anything else.
You gonna explain that one?
No.
Neither would I. Neither would I. God. So what do you think about the memification of feet fetish? Like, I have no skin in this game, but, like, it's been an online joke for a while now.
Yeah, so to break the fourth wall just a smidge.
Oh, no.
I run another show called The Friendly Fire Show with my good friend Braxton, who does our art for our show and whatnot.
Hi, Braxton.
And I broached the topic of pizza and pineapple on pizza. And he was like, oh, how do you feel about pineapple on pizza? And I said, in the year of our Lord 2026, if you are making a big deal about pizza or pineapple on pizza, you're just behind. I feel like the fetishization of feet has so far come and went that, like, I don't even think that
I'm sure they did
have an opinion on it. I have no opinion on it because, like, if that's your thing, that's your thing, bro. I ain't here to kink shame or kink ask why. I'm just, hey, good for you, man. You know? Two consenting adults and stuff.
So is this where...
As somebody that has a chronic pay pig fetish and has paid for multiple pictures of gross feet from the Yule Man, you know, people have their fun.
I was wondering where those came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, let's be honest, if I was paying for pictures of feet, they'd be skeleton feet.
That tracks. That tracks.
Skelefeet.
Skeletos. Part of a balanced breakfast?
Now I'm imagining that the foot pope is now, like, the fucking deacons of the deep. Like a skeleton pope that also worships feet.
Well, I mean, like, the deacons of the deep aren't skeletons. They're just moldy.
Yeah, that's true. They're Daves.
They're Daves.
That's what I've referred to as all the hollows in all the Dark Souls games. They're just different flavors of Dave.
Okay.
So, like, the ones in the Crucifixion Woods that are carrying the, like, trees, they're National Park Ranger Dave.
Okay. This is a fun game. What about the wormy ones outside the cathedral?
Oh,
the ones that vomit...
Oh, I did...
The ones that vomit the blood, the bleed worms.
Are you talking... Not Pus of Man, right?
Not Pus of Man. These are the ones that come out of the swamp and will grab you, and, like, if they hit you, they get bleed because they infest you with maggots.
Oh, okay. I'd have to see a picture of them again. But my gut reaction is Worm Dave.
I mean, that's pretty simple. That's a straight pot.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had some real good ones throughout the years, like just the different Daves and stuff like that. But also Dave is like my go-to for like any like thing, any just dude in a video game. So like, you know, I've been playing Destiny a lot recently again, and there's this encounter where you have to like kill this guy in a specific spot to like further the damage phase of the boss. And that guy, I just call him Dave. His name is like Volgernov or something like that. And then after you kill him in a specific spot, you have to go kill another guy and collect a buff to go damage the boss. And that guy that I have to kill is also named Dave, even though his name is like Lightbearer or something like that.
Yeah, Dave 1 and Dave 2.
Yep. No. They're both Daves. They're not related, but they are both Dave. The Daves in the Undead Settlement are Farmerman Dave.
Go because they have the hat.
Yeah. Yeah. Straw hat. And pitchforks.
And pitchforks. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a gag in Welcome to the Night Vale where all the angels are named Erica.
Yeah.
With a K.
So I'm glad I finally have this out there, because this has been a thing for years that I've just been like, since my first playthrough of Dark Souls 3, I've been naming just any character in a video game Dave.
Gotcha. I was more of a Bob kid.
Okay. I like Bob. Bob is a good like random NPC name.
As long as it's like a single syllable, I think you're fine. It has to be one syllable or like
exactly.
at least 4. It's like Bob or Bartholomew and no in between. It's either Dave or Theophrastus Bombastus Van Hohenheim. And never the between. So what did you ever play any weird kid games as a kid, like in school or with siblings, that like you would have a hard time explaining now as an adult? Because I feel like this is what a thing like.
So go ahead.
Because like I remember like when I was I'm the youngest of 5, and I remember like when we would go to the beach. My grandparents had a beach house that we would all time share because my dad had like 7 or 8 siblings, and so like once or twice a year we'd go out there between cousins and uncles and all that. And I don't know why it started, how it started, or why it ended, but we had this thing we would call dynamite. And for the life of me, all I can remember it being is that one of us would climb up the tree that was in the front yard of the beach house, and everyone else would just lob sticks and shit at them until like it had enough to come down. And I think that was just the game. It was just, maybe this is the way me and my siblings are, but it was like you need to be able to endure physical pain from each other.
You know, that makes sense given all the other lore drops that you've given us about your childhood on the show, but that like it's like kind of trial by fire as well. We growing up, my siblings and I, we had like a creek in our backyard, and it was like a wooded area. Our entire backyard was like this wooded area, very gorgeous. But we would just like pick up sticks and just like imagine different RPGs and stuff like that, and like and so we would just like make our characters like fucking RPG characters, you know, based off Final Fantasy or you know whatever else that we were playing at the time. So I think that's probably the closest. And then we'd like stash the sticks away from each other and try to steal each other's sticks and stuff like that. I can't think of any like games. It was mostly like we'd go outside and like play with sticks for a while, and then one of us would inevitably get a splinter, or like I would give one of my siblings brain damage by hitting them too hard.
The classics.
And that would be the end of that. Yeah. I remember notably one time I was like going to throw a stick in the creek, and my sister was like rummaging in the bushes in front of me, but I didn't see her, and then she like poked her head up as I was throwing the stick, and I just beamed her right in the fucking dome.
Bam! Pow, right in the kisser.
But yeah, I don't think of too many like games. I'm sure that like I played like Bloody Mary as a kid. That would probably be like the simplest analog to this, would be like Bloody Mary or one of those like Ouija board-esque kind of sleepover games. But I think I was too busy playing like actual video games to have an imagination like that.
Gotcha.
I'm sure my dad's gonna comment and be like, "No, you guys played." I did play a lot of WrestleMania with my siblings.
And by playing
But
WrestleMania,
again, I think that was more of an excuse to beat the shit out of them.
I mean, that's just a sibling prerogative.
Yeah, yeah.
If you have siblings, your life was one of unpredictable violence at any time.
Exactly, exactly. You get it, Zach.
I get it. God. But I never like had anything going on at school like we see here. Um, Maybe that was just a weird way that I was kind of boring. If you, listener, had any weird foot games, Christ, weird games you played with at school, drop in the comments. Leave out no details, except if there were feet involved.
I do remember one now.
Hmm.
When I lived in Kansas, we had a tornado siren right outside my elementary school, and they would do tests every day, to make sure it was working and everything. And if it happened while you were on recess, you had to stop what you were doing and sprint as fast as you could towards the tornado siren. Nobody ever made it because it was like kind of far, but you had to try and make it by the time the tornado siren was done.
Gotcha. Okay, man.
Or else, I don't know, you turned gay or something like that. But it was the early 2000s.
Right. You get you join the frogs in their gaydom. Rip Alex Jones, who exploded. The if you know, you know. Hang on, I was gonna say something. I lost it.
Oh, well. I would say that you probably lost it many years ago, Zach. Yeah, this is interesting because we usually when we get this far off track, it's because we're circling the drain because we don't really want to talk about the SCP. But like this one is really cut and dry.
Yeah,
like, this is just like a game, and it glues your ass to the ground if you're sitting on the ground.
Right. It's a very interesting Euclid because like it's not directly harmful in any way that we can discern. Like the only real hazard that can come is that like if no one ends it and everyone just gets stuck there where they were. So I mean like, unless you're just
quite the mannequin challenge.
It would be quite the mannequin challenge, but like so like unless you're playing with a real bastard, it's basically harmless, which is super interesting for an SCP because like most of them will do something horrible.
Yeah, I kind of wish that there was like a little bit more in this article with like variations and stuff like that. Like, I want to know what the Foot Devil is all about.
Yeah, if you have any suggestions of what the Foot Devil is, let us know.
Or don't.
Or do.
Alright, Zach's trying to get engagement bait, and I appreciate that, but also, like, do we really want to know what people think the Foot Devil is?
Yeah, and if you do, please DM at Calica on Twitter or on YouTube.
Funny story, I got rid of my Twitter finally.
Oh, thank God! Thank God!
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to bring up is the Site-64. You know, just another touch. There's a hyperlink in the article about it. Again, that's not something that we're going to really talk about, but they do deal with a lot of Portland-based entities.
KPW.
Yeah. Zach, where's your... for people visiting Site-64, what is your favorite restaurant in the city?
Oh, that's rough. Like, are we talking about in terms of, like, good feels or food?
What I'm saying is, like, if we have people that want to come visit Site-64 in Forest Park, Portland, Oregon, where would you send them to, like, as, like, a tourist attraction?
I would say... as a tourist attraction, shit. So the touristy answer is like visit McMinimans, just because the idea of them is cool, and that they are renovated local spaces that have been around forever, that have been turned into a bar, restaurants. One of them is a hotel. They're super cool. I am personally I
They
go.
also have really good Cajun tater tots.
They do have really good Cajun tater tots and a pretty good selection of drinks. Um, I have personal, I have some weird problems with the McMinimans, just because they do have a vague history of union busting. But I still will occasionally go to a McMinimans. I'm not proud of it, but there you are. It's kind of hard to avoid, but they do really have some interesting spots. If you're looking for something more brunchy, North Portland off of Albina and Mississippi has several really good spots for brunch. We are a good place to find chicken and waffles if that is your thing. And then on the inner southeast side, we have a lot more varied options for brunch or lunch. And if you're in Portland, find a dive bar. We have lots of them, and they are what we're proud of. We love a dive bar.
True. Yeah, that's about all I got for this.
Yeah, very much.
I think we've touched on as much as we can for Foot Pope and Foot Pope related Feet Devils.
Yeah, I think it's a good start. Especially coming off the O1 proposal season. Yeah, I like this more than anything we covered last season, aside from maybe either critters or couch or couch critters or
The crabs.
the crabs.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this season's just hey, this is a fucked up weird dude that we found, and this is a fucked up little dude.
Well, that's not.
There's no dude.
There's no dude.
But
there is feet.
unless you count the Foot Devil.
We're on to you.
Yeah. When we get SCPod merch, roughly 15 years from now, I want to get death metal insignia, and it just says Foot Devil.
Yeah.
On a t-shirt or a dad hat.
Yeah, no, that is definite trucker cap material. I would not wear that shirt.
Yeah.
It's right up there with a Beat Genticle.
Be Genticle Senpai. Yes. Oh God, no, Zach. Where can people find you?
They can find me over on my blog, www.makeawritingcheck.blogspot.com. They can also follow me on Blue Sky, or follow Roll for Writing Presents on YouTube. Also, just because it has been a minute since we plugged it, if you have questions you would like to ask us, you can leave a comment on any of the posts you see on Blue Sky for SCPod, or you can leave a comment or email rollforwriting@outlook.com. We will bring it to the show at some point. We would love to do a Q&A episode, so please let us know if you have any burning questions you'd like Dr. Caleb or I to read on air.
True. Yeah, please do that. That would be a lot of fun. You can find me on Instagram at Calica1738, or you can follow me on my YouTube channel at Calica, where I do a variety of content. I've kind of slowed down with it because of life stuff, but I do post a monthly show over there called The Friendly Fire Show, like I alluded to earlier. And that's a good deal of fun. Braxton and I have a good amount of fun with that, and Zach is actually our biggest fan. So
yeah, it's a great show.
So yeah, check that out, and yeah, that's my stuff. You can follow the podcast on Twitter at SCPod_cast. Follow us on Instagram at SCPod.cast, and follow us on Blue Sky at SCPod. We're available on a myriad of different platforms, including Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, most RSS feeds, Pandora, things like that. I say this at the end of every episode, but please remember to rate, follow, subscribe, comment, things like that. Push us in the algorithm, help other freaks find fellow Foot Devil as well. Yeah, it's a great free way to help support the show. Yeah, if you want to throw some money our way, we do have a Patreon. That is patreon.com/SCPod. Look forward to some possible content going up on there. I say it every time I show more Patreon, but there will be no SCPod episode that is locked away behind a paywall. Anything that you see from our Patreon will be personal stuff relating to Zach and I doing God knows what. That's going to be mostly our personalities and nothing to do with actual reading of SCP articles. We might talk about SCPod and SCPs, but we're not going to lock away like when day breaks behind a paywall. Because Zach and I have morals.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And if you don't like them, we have others.
True. But yeah, that's about all I got. And Zach, do you know what we're covering next week?
Something about headlights. Headlights.
Well, that's interesting. All right, well, Zach, I did pop into your Foot Pope sermon, and you haven't left me with anything to really chew on, so do you want to just give me the TLDR of your sermon here?
I fucking hate horses.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.